Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving deep into the hidden and sometimes pretty gross mechanics of your home's plumbing. We're zeroing in on a very specific, incredibly frustrating, yet surprisingly common household disaster, the laundry drain backup. Using insights directly from the plumbing experts at Dr. Drain, we're going to pull back the curtain on exactly what happens deep inside those pipes the second you hit start and walk away.
So I want you to think about your laundry room for just a second. Have you heard a weird gurgling sound coming from the drain lately? Or, maybe you've noticed the water draining just a little bit slower than it used to? Seriously, don't ignore that. That sound, it's a warning. It is literally your plumbing trying to tell you that a completely avoidable disaster is quietly building up right out of sight. To understand exactly what's at stake here, listen to this quote straight from the Dr. Drain experts. Laundry drain backups are more than an inconvenience. They can damage plumbing, create odors, and in severe cases, lead to overflowing wastewater. Yeah, we aren't just talking about a little puddle you can quickly wipe up with a paper towel. We are talking about raw wastewater backing up into your living space, bringing awful odors, and the very real potential for expensive, long-lasting structural damage to your pipes.
Section 1. The Laundry Drain Disaster. Investigating the Scene.
Section 2. Meet the culprits. Prime suspects uncovered. Let's introduce our very first suspect, lint. Lint is the absolute primary troublemaker here. Think about it. Every time you wash a load of laundry, especially those fluffy towels, your favorite cozy hoodies, or synthetic fabrics, tiny little fibers shed right off the clothing. These fibers wash loose and travel straight down your drain line. And over time, this lint begins to act exactly like a filter or a net. It catches on the microscopic, jagged imperfections of your pipe walls, tangling together to form a physical mat that steadily chokes off the flow of water. That mat of lint? That is exactly what causes that initial slow drain or that warning gurgle we just talked about.
But here's the thing. Lint rarely acts alone. Let's see how this situation escalates when we bring in our second suspect, detergent residue. While lint creates that physical net or barrier, detergent buildup is the sticky glue that binds the whole blockage together. According to the Dr. Drain analysis, a lot of formulations out there, particularly those high-sudsing detergents and fabric softeners we all love, leave behind these incredibly sticky films. So even if it looks like the soap is just rinsing totally clean away down the drain, it often isn't. Especially if you're using these products load after load without ever doing a periodic deep rinse.
So the really crucial point here is what happens when these two actually meet. The sticky detergent residues combine with the lint fibers and whatever other organic matter is washing off your clothes. Together, they don't just form some loose, flimsy clump, they literally cure into a thick, incredibly stubborn blockage. This combined mass is way harder to clear with just your basic water flushing. Basically, the lint provides the physical structure, and the soap film acts as the sticky mortar, building a literal dam right inside your drain line.
Section 3. Slopes and choke points. The accomplices.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the breakdown of structural risk factors within your home. You see, laundry systems frequently discharge through really long pipe runs, and in a lot of older homes, these plumbing lines have very gentle slopes. Because that slope is so gentle, the wastewater ends up traveling at a low velocity. Basically, it's just moving way too slowly. And when water moves slowly, it completely loses the sheer power needed to carry solids away. This means all that lint and organic matter just easily settles right onto the bottom of the pipe instead of washing safely out to the sewer like it's supposed to.
And then you have to add choke points to that low water velocity issue. Choke points are basically just the bends or narrow sections hidden in your plumbing system. When that slow-moving wastewater, which is already carrying sticky detergent and fibrous lint, hits a sharp bend or a sudden narrowing of the pipe, boom, it creates a massive traffic jam. This is the exact spot where the residue accumulates the fastest. It rapidly accelerates from just a minor, annoying buildup into a total disastrous obstruction.
Section 4. The Prevention Plan, Laying Down the Law.
The good news? Routine maintenance can completely break this cycle before a clog even has a chance to form. The experts at Dr. Drain suggest a few really practical steps you can start doing today. First up, clean your washer outlet and the detergent drawer. Well, if your machine has one, that is. This cuts down on the amount of residue released in every single cycle. Second, make sure to run periodic hot water cleaning cycles or whatever specific cleaning cycle your washing machine's manufacturer recommends. Hot water is absolutely great because it helps flush out that stubborn detergent film. And third, don't be afraid to get in there. Visually inspect any accessible drain strainers or traps and physically pull out that visible lint before it can travel any further down the line.
Beyond maintenance, you can actually make simple daily adjustments to your routine to literally starve the blockages of its building blocks. For instance, try washing your less lint-prone loads together and just ensure they're getting an adequate rinse. Also, you should absolutely avoid using excessive fabric softener. I know we all love how it makes clothes feel, but it is a huge contributor to that sticky film in your pipes. If you're currently using those high-sensing detergents, maybe consider switching over to a low-residue formula. And this is a big one. Always adjust your detergent dose to match your actual load size. I promise you, more soap does not equal cleaner clothes, no matter how amazing it smells. It literally just equals more residue left behind in your plumbing.
Now, I know it might be super tempting to just grab a bottle of heavy chemicals and pour it down the drain as a quick fix or a preventative measure, but the source material strongly advises caution here. If you are going to use drain cleaners, you really want to stick to enzyme-based cleaners, use them carefully and only where they are actually suitable. You've got to follow the label directions exactly to avoid damaging your plumbing. Remember, the whole goal here is to safely maintain a free-flowing path for the water, definitely not to corrode your pipes from the inside out.
Section 5. Clearing the obstruction emergency protocol.
Okay, but what if your drain is already backing up right now as we speak? Well, this brings us to a major, very serious warning from the folks at Dr. Drain. Do not repeatedly force the clog with aggressive methods if you suspect the line is already partially blocked. Look, I get it. It is incredibly tempting to just grab a plunger or a rigid plumbing snake and aggressively push on that blockage to clear it. But doing that often just shoves more of those solids into an even tighter compaction. It actually worsens the problem and significantly increases your risk of bursting or permanently damaging your plumbing. It is just not worth it.
So, when your own routine cleaning just isn't cutting it, you really need to know when it's time to bring in the pros. If you're dealing with persistent symptoms, we're talking frequent slow draining, those annoying recurring gurgling sounds we mentioned at the very beginning, or backups that keep happening even after you've diligently cleaned the strainers, it is definitely time for a professional inspection. A professional plumber has the expertise to properly identify if that lint and detergent mass is just localized to a single trap, or if it extends way, way down the line. Plus, they actually have the right tools to clear it out safely without causing any unnecessary damage to your house.
All right, let's pull all of this together. At the end of the day, the absolute best approach to saving your laundry room plumbing is simply consistency. By actively targeting lint control and actively reducing your detergent residue, you lower your risk tremendously. It's those small, consistent changes, like just taking a second to adjust your detergent dose, or remembering to clean out your strainers at regular intervals, that actually prevent that slow, gradual accumulation from hardening into a full-blown, incredibly expensive blockage.
I want to leave you with this final thought. Really think about your routine the next time you toss a huge load of hoodies and towels into the wash. Are your daily laundry habits actively preventing a clog, or are you quietly building a sticky, lint-filled dam deep inside your pipes right now? Well, armed with the knowledge from our explainer today, you now have the power to protect your plumbing and save yourself a huge headache. Thanks so much for joining me as we completely unraveled the mystery of the laundry drain backup.